Okay, so I'm headed to roping practice and I'm getting ready for the World Series finale in Las Vegas. It's going to be the biggest roping I've ever roped in, biggest money. For those of you that don't know, the roping I'm in, the last time they had it, paid over $300,000 to win it. So you split that with your partner. I think it paid around $180,000 a man to win it. So I've been working on my mental training a bit, and one of my things is I like to live in the moment, be happy and enjoy it. Look around and breathe in the air. Well, I've learned in competing, what happens is I get the excitement quickly turns to nervousness. Like, they are siblings, and when you kind of practice getting excited, when you get in that pressure situation, it jumps to nervousness. And then in roping, it's a timed event, and so it's a reaction kind of game. Like, you've got to react to the situation. It's not like you can think through every step. Like, when that steer presents itself, you got to take your shot. And so when I get nervous, I'm not as good at taking that shot. So I've been really working on my mental game the last 2 weeks, and what I'm going to do to mentally prepare, and what I'm going to do to calm those nerves. So today, I've been working on thinking I'm at the roping while practicing, but today I'm going to step it up. I'm going to think about being at the roping, but I've added a bit of a physiological game changer, if you will. This is a 5-hour energy. I have not had one in a while. I only use them to drive overnight, so I really avoid energy drinks, but I'm going to drink this sucker on the way to practice. And so I know it'll get me a little jittery, and so I'm going to work on two things. One is calming my nerves. I'm probably not physically going to be able to do a lot to myself because I'm adding something to my body that's going to cause a bit of an upper. So slowing my heart rate may not really work that well. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get to rope in that state. So I'm going to be a little bit nervous feeling, and I'm going to make sure I catch. So if I'm nervous, or I've got the feeling of nerves and the excitement, what's my miss? How am I going to miss the cattle? So I can make that adjustment. That's something I've worked on a lot roping, is if a cow does a certain thing, what adjustment do I make in the moment to still catch that cow? My job's to catch that cow regardless of what he does. So if my body's doing a certain thing, it happens to me when I get cold. When I get cold, I have a hard time opening up my hand and delivering well. So I personally like to practice that. When it's cold out, I might take my coat off. I might take my vest off, and I might rope in the cold to say, okay, it's cold and I'm cold. What changes do I have to make? Well, I've got to exaggerate my delivery, or I've got to swing harder, or I've got to get a little closer to the cow because my body doesn't function as well in the cold. And that's something I just know about myself. So that's today. I'm going to hopefully cause some of that nervous feeling and learn how to catch in spite of the way I feel, what my body wants to do. I still got to catch 2 feet. So this is not my last practice before Vegas, and I'm not going to do this every practice. So this is just today. This is kind of a controlled steady, get to know myself a little bit, and hopefully help prepare me for Vegas. It's all about that preparation. So I thought, that's kind of interesting. Share a little bit of my prep with you guys, and maybe a little wild, but when you're a competitor, you'll kind of figure out what gives you that competitive edge. And so we go. I got my 5-hour energy extra strength strawberry watermelon. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll be at practice here in about 30 minutes. Yes, I feel amazing, okay? It's empty, all gone, and my legs are starting to tingle. I just want to party, or go to the gym or something. So I am ready. We are, woo! Okay, we're gonna do this. Well, hopefully I get some footage of roping, and then we'll do a little recap at the end, because I think we have hit the mark, and I want to see what happens. So let's do this. So bad news, I didn't notice much effect with the 5-hour energy. I don't know, it felt good, but didn't get tested very good. Didn't really get a lot of steers spun. But I did learn that I've got to, so I started riding a little bit of a different position and kind of holding my horse out and waiting for that cow to go. And what I learned is there comes a point when you're like too far out, you wait too long, and then you're too far away. So practice, I don't know if it's tomorrow or the next day, probably gonna work on, if I'm gonna hold her back and let that cow pull her into the corner, I will, I'll be a little closer. So, you know, always trying to learn something, rope a little better the next time, but got 2 more practices before Vegas, and hoping we get it sorted out. So brought my cows home, so now they're back here, so might start roping here a little more for the month of December. We'll see. So thanks for following along today. I wish I had some videos to show you of the roping, but the guy that normally films was my header, so didn't get much film. So see you guys next time. Tune in when you want to see a little more horsemanship or random messages. Either way, thanks.